today, guys. As I promising you, I'll be going live as soon as possible. But before we are proceeding with this live video, remember to subscribe, like, and comment. And remember, we'll be going live every single day. I think it would be better for us to be going live at this moment. So today we are talking about love. And remember, the distance is not a barrier. You can do it even on the long distance relationship, still will work for you. Even if you can do it, if you are staying with a specific person, still will working for you. So make sure that you stay here, you stay with me, and then I will telling you exactly on how the way you can manifest and pray just for the love. Number sukari? Just for the love. So just only a one tablespoon or 1 teaspoon, he will be falling in love with you, madly in love with you unconditionally, sometimes and non-stop. Remember, the distance is not a barrier. Are you ready to make someone falling in love with you? Are you ready just to make sure that someone do anything which you want? Are you ready to bring a peace in your relationship? You bring the love in your relationship. You bringing a lot of respect in your relationship and even kindness in your relationship. If you are ready for this, just keep watching this entire video. Just watching this entire video till the end, and I will telling you exactly on how the way you can do and how the way you can manifest with this one. As you know me, I always guiding everyone, even if you are a Christian, the peace in a relationship. You want to bring back the love in a relationship. You want to bring back respecting in a relationship and make someone falling madly in love with you. This your faith, it doesn't matter. You are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are a Buddha, you are a Hindu, you can pray and get the result. So how the way you can do and how the way you can manifest by do this. The few method which you need to have, and which is a very important for everyone, we just need to having a 1 tablespoon. Here I having only a teaspoon. You can even using a teaspoon if you don't having a tablespoon, but just using a tablespoon, it will be better and beautiful. Number 2, which is a very important, you need to having also just a candle, and this is my candle of today. I recommending you just to using a white candle, but if you don't having a candle, using any cooker or any stove which you have out there. Then after that, waiting a minute. Amisi, mwambie atoe mziki. Nenda kaambie chumbani. Hajasikia. So if you don't having a candle, you can even using a cooker. If you don't having a candle, that will be better and beautiful. Then you need to having a pen, a marker pen or a pencil. For those people who want to ask me the color of the pen which you need to have, you can using a red, you can even taking a black, you can even using a green, you can even proceeding with a purple one. It depending on you which one you're having out there. Then you need to having also just a plain white, a piece of paper. So here I have in my plain white piece of paper, but it's not necessary to having a plain white piece of paper. You can even using just any piece of paper which you're having out there, and still will work for you as it work for others. Another ingredient, we need to having a brown sugar, and this is my brown sugar of today. We have it just a little bit, but it's still is enough for manifestation. So we're having all these ingredients. Before we are proceeding on how you can using this ingredient, I want to telling you the secret nobody will never telling about. From one to another, at all ingredients, what the benefit of using all the ingredients. Sugar has always helped to bring the sweetness in your relationship, respecting and peace, and make things become very sweet in your relationship and enjoy in peace. That's why we're using sugar. Number two is all about a piece of paper. Piece of paper is represent a person who you want to do this prayer. If you're using a piece of paper, we're giving you the result which you really want, because it will go directing to that person. That's why you need to having a piece of paper. Red or a black marker pen is a very powerful color which you can really use and giving you the result. And we are having another things, and which is a cinnamon powder. Cinnamon powder is really help to attracting anything. As I always telling you, cinnamon help to attract money, love, prosperity, abundance, and even wealth, and be succeed in life. But for today, we are using a cinnamon just to make sure that you attracting the one you desire. You attracting the one you want. You bring the things which you want. That's why we're using a cinnamon powder. But for those people who don't having a cinnamon powder, don't stress yourself. You can even using a cinnamon stick. But the cinnamon stick will not work in wonders for you. That's why we're using only a cinnamon powder. Then we need to having a spoon. As I said about our topic, just only a one spoon. He or she will be madly in love with you unconditionally. So he will cry to be with you, begging to be with you, and even taking all his or her responsibility to you. Remember that. 1 tablespoon will indicating the person. 1 tablespoon will really help to bringing that things which you really desire. We're using a silver tablespoon because the silver things is always having a lot of vibration. It's always having a lot of power and a lot of energy. Don't forget about the candle. If you're having a charcoal cooker, or you're having a stove, or you're having a gas cooker or electrical cooker, and it's real working the same. We pray with a candle because of our religions. They're using a candle just to pray with. But for today, we are praying with a candle if you have. But if you don't having a candle, then you're using a charcoal cooker, electrical cooker, even a gas cooker. It depending on you which one you have it out there. That the only things why we need all these ingredients just to manifesting with. I want to reminding you one things. God always said, before I helping you, you need to start in helping yourself. You need to make sure that you're searching for the help. You're looking for the help before God helping you. During the time when you manifest with this one, remember it's with real working. And even if you are now suffering on a breakup, you are on the breakup time, he just leaving you with no reason, sometimes with a reason, you can do this. And they'll make it that person will never stay in peace wherever he is or wherever she is until he or she coming back to you. That's the only thing which you need to do. And there's a way you need to starting with, but for today, let me telling you how you can make someone loving you unconditionally by using this a simple method. So let's diving in today's video on how the way you can using this the best method just for your love. It doesn't matter your faith. You are a Christian, you can still pray with this. You are a Muslim, you can still pray with this. You are a Buddha, you can still pray with this. You are a Hindu, you can still pray with this. Even if you are nobody, you can still manifest with this, and this it will giving you the result which you really want. So how you can do and how you can manifest. First, let me taking a piece of paper before we are proceeding with this. And remember that when you do this, you need to having a faith and you need to believe it. So we're taking a piece of paper, which we need to use. Oh my God, I cut so badly, but we keep proceeding. So I taking this a piece of paper, the one which I have. I can just cutting this side, a piece of paper, which I really need. So I'm using this size as much as I can. After I already get this a piece of paper, then I taking this a piece of paper with my red or a black ink. But if in case you don't have a red or black, then using any color, as I said from beginning of this video. Then using this a piece of paper to writing the name of the specific person, the first name, middle name, last name, and the date of birth. You do the same, you're writing first name, middle name, last name, and the date of birth. Remember, let me show you on how I can write so everyone can understanding. If I'm talking about the first name, middle name, and the surname or last name, because there's other people they can ask me about what exactly about the surname is all means, because there's other country people don't using the surnames. There's other country maybe they don't know about the last name. Maybe I pronounce it very badly. So I need to show you exactly how you need to writing into this piece of paper. Here maybe his or her name is Peter, then we're writing here Peter, then we're writing his middle name Joseph, and then we're writing last name Joseph, maybe Alex. So we're writing last name Alex, and then after we write the date of birth, and which is maybe January 1st, 1916. So we're writing like this. Everyone can see. So here is Peter, here is Joseph, here is Alex, and here the date of birth. But if you know about his or her mother's name, then after you already writing Alex, the surname here, then writing on this side, somewhere here on this space, writing her mother's name. If you know about her mother's name, guys. But if you don't know about her mother's name, please don't stress yourself much. You can just using only his or her 3 names. But if in case a person has only 2 names, then writing only 2 names. First name and a middle name. That's it. That is really enough. When you already done writing everything, you need to repeating again to writing his name for 3 times or sometimes for 7 times. So how many times you need to write? Do you want to writing for 3 times or you want to writing for 7 times? So when you already done writing it for 7 times or 3 times, we about to proceeding by folding this piece of paper on my side like this. As you can see to my video, how we're folding on my side. Just folding it just only for 3 times. It will be very enough for you. After I already done folding this piece of paper, then I go on and proceeding with another step. My another step of today is all about taking my tablespoon, one which I have, and also let's taking our sugar, and the sugar should be a brown sugar, but if you don't having a brown sugar, then you're using a white sugar, and still will work if you're using a brown or using a white sugar. So I measure the size of the sugar which I really need. I measure as much as I can. This is a lot of sugar which we need to use. My sugar is very a lot on my spoon, so I just need to make sure that it's a little bit. It's not fixed all the spoon. So after you already measure the size of my sugar, which I really want to use for today, just to make someone loving me unconditionally, just to make he or she love me, even if we are not in the relationship, but I really want this person. I really want to make this person loving me from today. Make the other person don't having a wife, don't having he or she is not in the relationship. If you want to do this method, if you do for someone who are not with you right now. But if you are doing it for your soulmate, for the one which you are living with, you do it for the one which you break up with, you do it for the one who are in the relationship, in the long distance relationship, this will really work. You don't even need to ask yourself twice. You can just do it immediately before you asking yourself. Then when you're already done, you're taking my cinnamon. We cover our cinnamon powder to our sugar. Remember, when you putting a cinnamon and sugar, you need to having the same size. The size of sugar which you need to have, maybe you're using 1 teaspoon or a half teaspoon of sugar, and then you need to having a half teaspoon of cinnamon. So you can just having the same size. Even you can putting a little bit more of the sugar more than the cinnamon. As I already explaining on how everything's real work and why it's very important to having everything during the time when you want to make someone loving you unconditionally. When you're already done, you remember we're having a piece of paper which we're writing the name of the specific person. taking this a piece of paper and then putting it to the sugar right here. Then after that, you're taking a spoon. This is not a spoon. You're taking this one. This is my candle. Put the light on the candle, and after you put the light on the candle, you're putting this a spoon on into this. And after you put this spoon into this, and then you're proceeding from there. Before I want to telling you why we need to put it into this, let me welcome first question. So before we are proceeding about how this will work, how will end up, why we need to put this candle somewhere there, and why it's very, very important to do it. Please asking me any question on my live chat, then I will come just to reply back your question. Wait a minute, I want to unstop so we can just proceed. I already finished talk with the phone. So guys, I want everyone to asking any question which you want to ask me right now. So I'm here just to answer all the question. There's no electricity and it's about to end everything. So let's proceed. Someone say my husband left me on 24 here 20 here. So you can do it also. It's a real work up to now. You can try to do this, but for bring someone back, I already going live by using these things. This coconut shell. You can using this coconut shell also if you want to bring someone back to you. Or maybe when I go live later, I will guiding everyone. If they want to bring back your ex, you want to bring back your loved one, there's you can using even onion. So let's do this later about the onion. But for right now, if you already break up with someone so badly, maybe for there's a reason that breakup happened, there's something you must do. So you can do that things, and then you can do this by using this 1 tablespoon, and this will work immediately. So let me keep proceeding reading my question. Can we mixing the sugar and the cinnamon together before we putting it in the spoon? Yeah, you can do it like that too. You can mixing on the side if you're having a plate, or if you're having something else, you can just mixing first, and after you mixing it, you can putting on the spoon, or you can mixing it through straight from the spoon. You can putting everything on the spoon and mix from there on the spoon. Also, it still will work. That the only thing is different when you do different method. You're starting with this, or you can start with this. Still the same way. So I think there is no more question. What if you don't know the person date of birth? If you don't know the person date of birth, there is no problem at all. You can using only his or her full name and it will work. And remember, before you are starting do this, I want you just to starting pray with a salt, by bathing with a salt. So you can pray by bathing with a salt, and then after you go burning this, you can just do this, and it's a real work. And someone asked, love a woman, but I have not spoken to her, and I don't know her names. What can I do? You need to create yourself, and you need to purify yourself. You can just do purification, and the purification which you need to do, I already put in my another live, which will be after 3 hours, I think. It's about purification. You can just purify yourself for anything which you desire in this life. So, and that person will real loving you. But if you never spoken with that person, you need to starting from yourself. You need to starting from your body, not to starting from this. Starting from your body, and then you can continue with this. That's the only things how and what you should do if you want to manifest with this one. And then keep proceeding. What if you have never met the person? So if you never met the person, and maybe you always spoke with her in the phone, the only thing which you need to do is all about, you need to bring her to you. So you can burn something to bring her to you. So you can just using, as I already said, I having one live about using a coconut shell, and I will go to different, I will just prepare another live using onion of taking bring someone back, or just asking someone to come to you. That's the only thing which I want to telling you, and then you can proceeding by using this method. So I keep proceeding. I think that all the question is already answered. I don't have more question right here. We don't have any question right here. Now is about What about if I'm not staying with him at the moment? As I say, the distance is not a barrier. You can even do it in the long distance relationship and still will work for you. You know that, as I say to you, you want to make someone madly in love with you. We want peace in our relationship. We want respect in your relationship. We want to see people they taking their responsibility, not about they waiting until we ask. We need to make sure that we're sitting down and someone knows their responsibility. They know that they need to bring food on the table. They know that you need to wearing a dress. They know that they need to bring kid to the school. They know every responsibility, each responsibility in your life. That people we need in our life. So that people when we get them, we always get peace. We always getting we always being happy. So that's why I said you can make someone madly in love with you, make things become more sweeter and sweetest by using this sugar. That's why I say to you. I keep answer the question. So what if you want cinnamon? If you don't have that cinnamon, please you need to search for it. There is no any option about it. Please looking for the cinnamon, because cinnamon will really help to attracting the person and also that person to coming to you. And then after, someone said, please, I need to bring back my girl. She just break up with me. I need her immediately. If you want to bring someone back immediately, please, you need to always checking me on my videos. So I'll be going live about to bringing your soulmate back to you and making him loving you madly more than he was or she was loving you before by